independent of the state, independent of the system. And yes, that means creating your own culture locally, a healthy culture, so that the localized system that you build will have humane, healthy, and moral priorities, unlike the state. I'm not saying that this is going to happen immediately, even though we can already see that it is underway in America and in the West generally. But you're moving towards a total system collapse. And I'm not talking about some post apocalyptic scenario. No, this isn't a zombie movie. But if you want to compare what life was like in the year 2000 with what it's like in 2025, and then you compare what 2045 is going to be like compared to today, it's going to be a dramatic and very grim contrast. But you see, they do it in slow motion, they do it incrementally so that it becomes normalized. But that's why I'm saying you need to start now. You need to start building now. Actually participate in your own survival. Listen, the whole underpinnings of Western so called civilization are flawed and they're toxic. That's why it built the systems that it built. The scarcity model of economics, the extractive, exploitative mentality. That whole mindset is hostile. You need to transcend that. Like, even with money, like I said, you can actually create collective mutual support networks within your community, and you can decide for yourselves how you're going to mediate exchange of goods and services yourselves. You don't have to take their model. You don't have to take their approaches as a given. You could establish credit systems internal to your communities. You know, develop some sort of a value-backed type of a currency, or a labor-backed currency, digital or paper-based. You know, it's like an alternative currency that's issued locally, redeemable in goods and services from participating members, but pegged to effort or contribution, not to fiat. You know, create a registry where hours of work across all different fields are valued in units and stored in personal ledgers, allowing for trade even if money gets devalued. You know, redemption via purpose. These credits can be redeemed not just for goods, but for educational access, services, and so forth, linking economy to social agency. These kinds of projects exist in New York, in Switzerland, and other places, where you have local currencies that are pegged to service hours and contribution. I mean, imagine if you could actually secure your basic needs through an alternative local currency, you know, credit for work or credit for service, and you could redeem that at participating stores, participating vendors, and service providers instead of using dollars from your job. Well, you could actually start saving money, saving dollars, if you could actually secure your needs through an alternative form of exchange. Like I said, these types of things do exist, and you can learn from those existing initiatives. It's not undoable. But let me tell you something, it's going to be difficult for many people to accept. The collapse of the United States, economically, socially, and morally, was not caused by an external enemy. It's not the fault of China. It's not the fault of immigrants. It's not the fault of elections that didn't go your way. It's not even the fault of just corrupt elites. No, the collapse was philosophical. It was spiritual. It was civilizational. The rot began at the root. They built a civilization where the highest value was materialism, where worth was measured in consumption, where success meant accumulation, where GDP growth was more important than human dignity or societal well-being.